just listened to a video by Backwoods, and I can tell you, man, your timing couldn't have been better. It's really interesting what you're going through right now compared to what I'm going through. I'm going through a very similar situation. Just sort of feeling disenfranchised from trying to find a good fit with a church. I had the exact same thing going on right now in my life, like exact same thing. I just made a video talking about that to Bonnet Mom, and it's interesting, man. There are woke churches now. It's like a new thing. It's like a new trend. The woke churches. Months ago, when I was pondering going to church around here, I was checking out some churches, and I was just like going to their online services. Like I was just watching them online. There's a local Lutheran church near me, and the head pastor is a woman. And right off the bat, that should be a red flag if it's a woman. A woman leading a group of men and women. Sorry, that alone is a bad thing. But anyway, she was up there preaching and talking about, she led this prayer at the beginning, and it was like, "Dear Lord, please help America veer away from the white supremacy that we have been engaging in, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just like, oh my God, like, are you kidding me? Like, everything sounded fine up until that point. When she started talking about white supremacy in America, I was like, check out. So I told my buddy about it, and he's like, yeah, that's not good. He's like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if I were you, I wouldn't go to that church. I was like, yeah, I'm not either. And it's like, Jesus even said that there was going to be a lot of false prophets and a lot of false teachers. He said it, and we're experiencing that. And even back in the day, back when the church first started, there was false prophets and false teachers, because that's what all of Paul's epistles are about. He's rebuking a lot of these churches and saying, look, you guys are teaching false stuff. Like there were churches back in the day that were teaching that you had to be circumcised in order to go to heaven. Paul's like, are you kidding me? Like, last time I talked to you guys, we went over this. And you guys are back to teaching the same crap. And he's like, there are people who get in the church who try to say that, it's okay to do this and it's okay to do that, and people cheating on other people's spouses in the church, and people getting in arguments and taking each other to court, and just like all this crap. He's like, it's like Paul was just constantly bringing people back on point. Like, no, you guys are off. Like, do not be deceived. Like, you cannot tolerate. There's certain things you can't tolerate, and there's other things that, like, you're demanding people do certain things, and then that you shouldn't be demanding that they do, and then you're not demanding people do other things that you should be demanding that they do. And it's like, he says time and time again, like you guys are being deceived. You guys are going the wrong way. I've had experiences out here in Phoenix where I've tried to get in touch with people and nobody wants to call me back. Like, hey, Shafe, you can sign up for a Bible study. Just click on this link right here. And so you click on it, and it says page not found. Like, so then, you call up the church and you get their voicemail. Nobody answers the phone over there. You leave a voicemail. Hey, can you call me? Here's my phone number. Nobody calls you. And I'm not talking like it just did it yesterday. I'm talking like weeks go by and nobody calls you. But it's like they take your money, easily, but they don't want to actually call you and, talk to you. Like everything is, hey, if you got a question, just text the word question to this number or whatever. And then you text the word question to that number, and then they send you this frequently asked questions website that you're supposed to go to. It's like, no, can I speak to an actual person? Like I have enough, artificial intelligence nonsense that I deal with on a daily basis. I don't want to have to talk to a computer when I call my church. I don't want to deal with machines when I talk to my church. Like, the Matrix can take over a lot of stuff, but the Matrix should not be taking over a church. You should be able to talk to an actual person. But, these are things that unfortunately happen everywhere. And when it permeates the culture, if the church is not staying apart from the culture, it overcomes the church as well. And one thing I can tell you that it took me a long time to figure out, almost a lifetime to figure out, is that just because church people are doing something, that's no reflection on God at all. No reflection whatsoever on God. You see this church that's just full of people who are judgmental, for example. People who are just like holier than thou judgmental. And you say, like, God, look at your church. Like, your church sucks. Like, you either must not exist or your church failed or blah, blah, whatever. But then you read right in the Bible, Jesus says, do not judge lest ye be judged. And you're like, okay, so I don't have a problem with Jesus because Jesus said, don't judge. I have a problem with these people who judge. And that's what happens, like, when you base your faith on other people and you don't base it on God himself. You're always let down. Yeah, the church, man, the church is full of people, and people suck. They do. And it's very difficult, especially when you're new and you're looking and you're trying to, rededicate your life and you're trying to get back into it. And now it's like, okay, I have a fresh start. It's like, God is perfect and God is holy. Like, let's find a church that reflects what I know to be true about God. And then all these churches, like, they're just full of, some of them are liars, some of them are cheaters, some of them are wolves in sheep's clothing, not all of them, but some of them, and it's like, it's very discouraging. Some of them are woke. Some of them are, political when they shouldn't be political. Some of them just want your money. Some of them just want status, I mean, I've gone to a church where, like, the women dress like whores in there, like tight dresses and showing their cleavage. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why do I, like, come to church to see that? And it's like, most guys would be like, okay, I want to see that. But, but at the same time, you're just like, what were you thinking when you got up to go to church this morning, and then you put on a dress like you're going to a nightclub? Like, are you trying to meet guys at a church? Like, it's just odd. And I saw this one guy wearing a shirt where, like, it was a picture of a dude smoking a doobie on his t-shirt at church. And I don't know. On one hand, it's like you want to be accepting of everyone who comes in, and you want to be like, okay, we're not going to turn you away. But on the other hand, it's like, you got to have some type of code, There's got to be something where, like, that guy coming to your church and doing whatever the hell he wants, wearing whatever the hell he wants, that woman coming to church and wearing whatever the hell she wants, that also sends a message to the people at the church. Like, Um, oh, is that what kind of church this is? Is that what goes on here? I mean, you have to regulate some of the stuff. I don't know. It's the whole, God, I got no problem with you, but save me from your followers. Like, but then at the same time, it's like, just like you said, Backwoods, like, you want to be around like-minded people, but the problem is finding like-minded people to be around. It's like, is there anybody out there who is like-minded like me? And it's like the older you get, it seems like the less like-minded people there are. Like, everybody's, like the younger generations, they're just different, and their values aren't the same as yours, and yeah, man, it's tough for sure. It's tough. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, except that I'm having the same struggles as you, and don't give up. Keep looking and be patient, I guess, is another thing I want to say. And it's something to pray about, really, is what it is. It's something to pray about, because God knows what your struggle is. God knows that you're looking for. God knows what you're looking for. Go to Him and ask Him for it, is basically what I'm saying. And He will seek, and you shall find. You shall find. Put it that way. All right, brother. Talk to you later.